From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Good evening and welcome. Riya Chakrabarti, Shraddha Kapoor, Sara Ali Khan, Deepika Padukone, and then the queen of the drug circuit, Jaya Saha, and a whole lot of people associated with two Bollywood companies whose ownerships are being investigated. Cornerstone and Kwan, as reports came that Kwan's ownership is being investigated. Salman Khan issued a statement through his lawyer. He said, no, I am not the owner of Kwan. I have nothing to do with Kwan. Okay, even if one were to take that, the fact is this company Kwan is a curious company. The maximum number of drug connections are now with this company Kwan, which interestingly also represents almost all the top Bollywood stars. And in all of this, swathed with questions about its narco trade, narco terrorism, Bollywood maintains a perversely stony silence. Not one word. Not one word on the murders, not one word on the killings, on the sexual exploitation, on the rape charges, on drugs, or on narcotics peddling, the use and abuse of narcotics. The silence of Bollywood is shattering, and one thing is clear. This industry, if it can be called one, this self-help cabal has lost the confidence, the faith, and the support of the people of India. All that remains now is, viewers, the dirt of Bollywood, which is why today's hashtag is Bollywood Dirt. Bollywood Dirt, viewers, you all need to raise your voice on the dirt in Bollywood, which is debate number 1 tonight. The dirt, the muck, the cat is out of the bag. Top Bollywood actors are under scrutiny for rampant narcotics usage. This Bollywood industry, far from a sheen, the only thing around its brand now is muck, dirt, and more muck. Debate number 2 tonight, the politics around it. Is it secular to have drugs? Why is one lobby quiet? And we have debate number 3 also this evening, viewers. Debate number 3 this evening is on new details about the Delhi riot conspiracy. All this and more is coming up, and here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the Debate Tonight. Deepika Padukone is to be summoned by the Narcotics Control Bureau as her drug usage, drug chat, drug buying becomes the focus of investigation. Dia Mirza denies, says I'll take legal action as her name emerges as well in connection with the drugs racket. She denies all links. The entire Kwan team is under the radar. Salman Khan says I have nothing to do with this company, but the Enforcement Directorate is investigating the possible commercial use of drugs. Salman Khan's lawyer says no, Salman Khan is not linked to Kwan, the company at the heart of the drug syndicate. With a muck out, 6 top actors also hit the panic button. Sources say they are running from one lawyer to the other. And politicians go silent. The Tukde Tukde gang is missing. Is it secular to back the dirt in Bollywood? Ladies and gentlemen, casting couches, underworld links, the muck and the scum in Bollywood is getting exposed like never before. An industry that is drowning in narcotics. Very soon, the A-listers in Bollywood will be lining up outside the Narcotics Control Bureau in Mumbai. Proof is piling up against them. The dirt, it will be cleaned up very soon. Here is the latest tonight, and then we debate.
As Jaya Saha walked out of NCB guest house at 5 minutes past 6, more names were emerging in the Bollywood drug racket.
As Jaya Saha moves out of the Narcotics Control Bureau office, more Bollywood names will be emerging in this entire drug racket.
The focus is now on Deepika Padukone. These are pictures of her at a high-end restaurant in South Mumbai in October 2017. A couple of hours before her appearance at this party, which was attended by 3 other new generation actors, there are chats with Karishma Prakash. She sought Mal from her manager from Kwan. With this smoking gun in hand, NCB is all set to summon her for investigation.
मुंबई से गोवा तक हर जगह हम दीपिका को ट्रैक कर रहे हैं। क्यों ट्रैक कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमें सवाल का जवाब चाहिए दीपिका पादुकोण से, और हम इसीलिए लगातार यहाँ डटे हैं और ये जानने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि दीपिका, आपको आज सच बोलना पड़ेगा क्योंकि एनसीबी आपको सम्मन करने जा रहा है।
Kwan seems to be at the center of this nexus, a talent management agency that is under the lens for allegedly supplying drugs to top stars. As reports emerged of Enforcement Directorate investigation as well as the superstars' links to the firm, Salman's lawyer issued a statement denying the actor's involvement in the talent management agency.
रिपब्लिक टीवी ने बताया था कि क्वान में बड़े सुपरस्टार की हिस्सेदारी है, लेकिन सलमान के वकील ने बिना देरी किए ये बयान जारी कर दिया कि क्वान में सलमान की किसी तरीके की कोई हिस्सेदारी नहीं है।
The tremors in Bollywood are evident. NCB sources revealed that a drug peddler named Dia Mirza in his interrogation. The actor refuted all allegations and threatened legal action. There are drug chats, confessions of drug peddlers, and A-listers under scanner. Is this just the tip of the iceberg? The rot runs deep and it's time for a complete cleanup. Let's debate.
Viewer Shazia Ilmi, Malini Awasthi, Karan Verma, author from Lucknow, Umakant Mishra, former AD at the Narcotics Control Bureau, Ananya Sethi, Ishkaran Bhandari, Deepa Vijayan, Akashdeep Sabir, DK Rai. And Shailendra Singh will join me in some time, former MD of Percept. Now you see, there is no point now. There is no point, Shazia, defending the indefensible anymore, because the cat is out of the bag. And all top Bollywood actors are under scrutiny. There is going to be a long line of people outside the Narcotics Control Bureau. 5 of the biggest so-called male actors have spent their entire day with lawyers today, which means they have something to hide. This Kwan talent agency, Salman Khan says, I have nothing to do with it. Nobody asked him, did he? But he came out and said, I have nothing to do with it. Did anyone name Salman? No. Maybe they did. He said, I have nothing to do with it. Now, Deepika Padukone running away. She says, I'm in Goa. I can't come. She's going to be summoned. You see the muck and stench. और मैंने हिंदी में कहा था मालिनी जी आज की कीचड़ के ऊपर आप मलमल के कितने भी कपड़े रख लें और आप इत्र की बाटियां डाल दे वहां पे, यू पुट बकेट्स ऑफ परफ्यूम, फिर भी वो बॉलीवुड की कीचड़ की बू, द स्टेंच ऑफ बॉलीवुड इज नाउ unmissable.
That's right.
So Shazia, let's call out, clean up and boycott the Bollywood dirt. What do you say? Why don't you begin the debate with Deepa today? Yes, please. Shazia on one side and Deepa Vijayan from Thiruvananthapuram on the other.
Well, absolutely. I think we're on to a great start. It should have happened much earlier. I'm glad channel like yours took it up and made it a mission. This is indeed a mission and has to be treated like one. And only when Ria was arrested and her accomplices, so to speak, that we are getting to know the depth of this dirt, of this scum. And as you rightly said, in our country, Bollywood is, Bollywood is the opium of the masses, of the Indian masses.
Yes.
People love Bollywood stars.
Yeah.
They are sought after.
Yeah.
They are the role models. In Mofussil town, you go to a barber shop, you
Yeah.
go to a tailor's shop, a nai or a darzi shop, and you see their pictures.
Yeah.
People emulate them, idolize them, adore them.
Yeah.
And now the reality of what they're all about.
Yeah.
Role models, they're just playing a role out there. And all, as they say now, all the perfumes of Arabia cannot take away the stench and the stink of this filth, this scum of the underbelly of Bollywood.
And
It
they
is
say
out
it's
for
cool.
everybody to see.
Yeah.
I don't think we need any more evidence.
As far
Yes,
as those...
and you just see for years and years, they are the ones moralizing.
Yeah.
And one more thing, Arnab, one more thing I want to say. Have you realized that how this eerie silence is permeating the Bollywood hemisphere at
Yeah.
this point of time?
Oh, completely.
These are the people who talk about this, that and the other. They are the ones who give out tweets on Gauri Lankesh and how their heart bleeds for justice for Kathua. That is also selective. Not that they call out all the
Yeah.
rape perpetrators,
Yeah.
only some of them.
I have one thing to say to these people today. I was thinking,
That haunts,
these
that haunts
people...
the hemisphere of Bollywood.
Yeah. These people, you see, Deepa, just one line. I believe these people believe that hash is secular. Cocaine is secular.
No, not at all. No,
So why don't you start a new movement? Because you people recently... No, 1 minute. 1 minute, Deepa. Let me complete. Recently, after the drug peddler Riya Chakrabarti was arrested, then this group started a campaign saying, blaze it up for Riya, which means smoke some hash for Riya. Sniff some cocaine for Riya. So to show solidarity with Riya, these people wanted to blaze it up. Now I want to take whatever is left of this industry's dirt, I want to blaze that up. I want to light it up into a fire we don't smoke but which we watch. Because let me tell you today, it is not cool for Deepika Padukone to be into drugs. It's not cool. She can't say tomorrow it was because of depression. You on the one side you go and say I'm a role model, I confess about my feelings, I'm depressed. But then she says, where is my mal? I want hash, pure hash. I don't want weed. I want hash. This is the person who we should look upon as a youth icon. Her name is on ads. I want to know the brands which put Deepika Padukone as a brand ambassador.
The endorsements.
As a brand, she endorses brands. She gets paid crores of rupees because of the love and affection of the people of India. I want to see who puts Deepika Padukone as a brand ambassador now. And by the way, she went to Coco. In the drug chat, Deepika went to Coco. Now, Coco is a restaurant. And on the day when Deepika was asking for hash, there was a party. I don't know if it was a hash party, but not just Deepika Padukone, Sonakshi Sinha was there. Siddharth Malhotra was there.
Yeah.
No, I have not completed. Aditya Roy Kapoor was there. Now all these people, Aditya Roy Kapoor, Siddharth Malhotra, Sonakshi Sinha, were with Deepika Padukone at Coco, which means the WhatsApp chat which I showed is 100% correct. Now defend the Bollywood dirt, Deepika. Deepa. Please defend the Bollywood dirt. Defend it. We want to watch you defend it.
First of all,
Defend.
Drugs is not cool.
Yeah.
Taking drugs.
Lovely.
Please do not tell me what my point of view is. Let me put forward my point of view. I am not defending drugs here. We need to have a war on drugs, and if Republic TV is doing that, then I would like to congratulate you. I have never taken drugs.
You have doubts that we are doing that?
I will never support Deepika if she has actually taken drugs. Will you please allow me? You gave Shazia ji double the time. So all I'm telling you here, Arnab ji, is please do not be selective in embarrassing people or in taking up the negatives that people have done. I do remember a time when even Kangana Ranaut ji had said very clearly that she was a drug addict once.
I'm sorry, you are... No, one second. Let me tell you what Kangana said. Ishwaran is there. No, 1 second. Let me tell you what Kangana said, because I've done 2 interviews with her. No. Ishwaran is on the debate. Her lawyer is there. Kangana said she was sexually exploited. Kangana said that she was forced. She was forced into it. She spoke about it, and she spoke about how her spirituality and her discipline and her yoga made her come out of it. Kangana exposed the drug parties among A-listers in Bollywood, and Kangana was forced into it, and through her fortitude and effort she came out of it. So don't misquote it. Ishkaran, you need to come into this. This is the rationalization going on.
Arnab, they want to talk about Kangana's statement, so let's make 2 points very clear. She was let me answer it. Let me answer. Arnab, let me answer. Arnab, this is important.
I'm going to come to Bandari.
What Kangana said, what Kangana said is that she was a minor. When she was a minor, she was exploited and she was put into this drug ring. We do not want other minors to come out and face the same
That's what she said.
So anybody who's talking about Kangana,
you must apologize for your comment on Kangana. You have made a pathetic comment on Kangana, Deepa, which you should on air apologize for, because this is unacceptable. Kangana was a minor. Let me tell you exactly. 1 minute. Let me. No, Deepa, Vijayan, you can't get away with that. You can't get away with that. You can't get away with that, Deepa. Deepa Karan Verma is on the debate. Now listen, you can't get away with that. Let me tell you one thing, Deepa, listen to me. Deepa, listen to me. You know, I know there is a lot of sexual exploitation of minors in Bollywood, and Kangana is a living example of someone. Kangana is a living example of someone. I think Ananya wants to come into the debate. 1 minute. Listen, Deepa, Ananya is with you. Calm down. Ananya is with you on the debate. Ananya, Kangana is an example. Deepa, to the contrary, Kangana was sexually exploited, and there was an attempt to push her into drugs when she was a minor. She fought it. You should be proud of Kangana instead of trying to utter such unspeakable lies on my program. Ananya.
It was not an attempt. It's pathetic journalism if you're going to put Kangana in a different
industry is not.
Don't define my journalism. My journalism continues to expose Disha. My journalism continues to expose the Sushant and Disha cover-up and the drugs case. Don't you dare question my journalism. What do you know about journalism? Did you break the Commonwealth Games scam? Did you tell the truth about Palghar? Did you break the 2G scam? Did you break Adarsh? What have you done? What journalism have you done, Deepa, to comment on my journalism? What do you know? You don't know the J of journalism, so be careful about what you say. You don't know anything about journalism. You've just made a pathetic little comment on journalism without knowing the basic credo that defines journalism. So now Ananya will respond to you. Ananya.
Arnab ji, you cannot
Ananya.
Two people.
I would like to say that the prevalence of drugs in the industry, the existence of drugs in the industry is not one or few isolated events, but I feel that it is the potential epicenter of a vast network which includes smugglers, addicts, dealers, peddlers, and I feel that more importantly, those people who exploit others, who exploit minors, who exploit the newcomers in the name of drugs. And whenever I talk about the cleanup or the cleanup of Bollywood, my thoughts are always with the youth, not only the actors or actresses, not only the artists who want to enter the industry, but who actually look up to them as role models and follow them blindly. They are setting a very bad example, and I actually want to say one very important thing. We are not blaming all of Bollywood. We are really not. But people who don't do drugs or who are quiet, they are also part of the same crime by keeping quiet. That is also something really, really wrong.
Deepa, calm down. Pradeep will debate next.
Being quiet or normalizing drugs is
the thing is, Ananya.
It's giving Ananya.
Our consulting editor, Pradeep Bandari, I must say today, one of the most intrepid journalists in this country. He has reported, and I'm proud to say this, on the field over the last 3 months, Pradeep Bandari has logged in at least 700 hours of live reporting. We're proud of your work, Pradeep. It takes effort. Even right now, it's raining there in Mumbai. He's following it. Pradeep, tell me. These people say, oh, it's hype. They say Republic is hyping the matter. Is it hype? I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. Maybe you can tell us more.
Well, Arnav, I completely agree with you and thank you so much for your comments. Arnav, I think we should go as hard as we can because this is just not about the drug racket in Bollywood, but as we've exposed on Republic, that it also has links to a lot of Pakistani-based drugs and also links to Dubai. So we are talking about national security here, and this is why we are saying that was Kwon and all these Bollywood drug rackets in connection with the international drug racketeers? Were there connections to a lot of consignments which have come from Pakistan, which have been recently seized by the Narcotics Control Bureau? So if somebody earns 100 crore or somebody is an on-screen star, that does not give them the right to absolutely follow a completely different lifestyle from drugs, hash, weed. Now this has become a norm in Bollywood, Arnav. If the Coco restaurant which you're talking about in Bandra, there are many such other places where all of these stars come together and, peddle drugs, consume drugs. So the people of this country should ask whether these are our real role models. I think they are not. And this is why this is the biggest expose on the drugs and the Bollywood cabal which any media network would have done. And this is why we are going hard. And if it has to be hyped more, I think in the interest of national security, we should do it because it is a big...
We will do it. We will do it. I think, Pradeep, the question that you very rightly raised, the question that you really rightly raised, is the issue, I'm coming to you, Karan, I'm coming to you, Umakant Mishra, I'm coming to you, DK. The question is about loyalty to the nation. And there are 2 points I want to make. We are suddenly told that Indian films are making a lot of money in China. Sometimes we are told that a film that makes 1 rupee in India makes 4 rupees in China. Now I wonder why. How is it that there is so much money being funneled back from China? Does everybody, do people in Shanghai speak, put your finger down, Akashdeep, relax. Do people in Shanghai suddenly speak Bhojpuri or Hindi? I know which road I am on, you're on the wrong road. Have I mentioned any particular actor or filmmaker? Relax.
No, Arnab, you have no information on this.
Stop freaking out.
Arnab,
be quiet. Akashdeep, I haven't completed my point. And you know one thing, you try and go against me on the debate here, I will run you over. So relax. Listen to me. I'm completing my point. My point is, I have not given you permission to speak. I have not given you permission to speak, you Bollywood invertebrate. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Don't try and put your Bollywood mafia tentacles in the course of the program. I am telling you one thing. Is it the upscale modus operandi? Why have talent managers in Bollywood become drug peddlers? Simple question. Karan wants to come in. Okay, Karan, you're free on the debate. Karan can come in.
Give you information about China.
Karan can come in, but before that, I'll say one thing, viewers, we must investigate how suddenly so much money is coming from China to the same companies that manage Bollywood. China से इतना पैसा कैसे आ रहा है? आप अचानक मुझे बोला जा रहा है कि जी जिनपिंग भी आजकल हिंदी मूवी देखते हैं. कोई भी पिक्चर हो, पहलवानों के बारे में हो, दबंग लोगों के बारे में, सब लोग चाइना में देखते हैं. क्यों? अच्छी बात है, चाइना में देखते हैं. चाइना में शाजिया, आप पूछिए मालिनी अवस्थी को, हिंदी कितने लोग बोलते हैं? अचानक क्रेज हो गई. मैं किसी एक व्यक्ति विशेष या मूवी के बारे में अभी तक नहीं बोल रहा, मगर मैं बोल रहा हूं कि इसको इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना पड़ेगा कि चाइना में इतना बॉलीवुड का बिजनेस कैसे हो रहा है. चाइना कोई हमारा दोस्त नहीं है आकाशदीप. चाइना हमारा दुश्मन है. पाकिस्तान हमारा दुश्मन है.
Fair enough.
No, fair enough. Not fair enough नहीं पूछ रहा मैं.
There is only
I am saying I will have
profit that is stuck.
How is Bollywood making so much money from China? Tell me.
The entire amount that you hear of does not come here.
अच्छा तो कहाँ जाता है? किसके पॉकेट में जाता है? चाइना के साथ अचानक बॉलीवुड की बिजनेस कैसे? ड्रग्स, नार्को टेररिज्म, चाइना. तो कितना परसेंटेज?
Arnav.
मालिनी.
15 to 20% at the highest. So if you go by the Forex figures, they sound big, but it doesn't come here. That's the information I wanted to give you, but you don't want to listen, you know everything, so fine. We don't know anything about Bollywood, we've just wasted 40 years in it.
नहीं, I am just telling you कि for you said चलो 10-15% भी ले
And you
लिया
can
तो
keep
अगर
insulting us
so
on
if
the
any
show
movie,
without
listen to me,
information.
I know much more than you. The problem with you is, you know, the problem is not with people who are sleeping. The problem
You
with
don't
people
know
like
much
you
more than me
who
on
are
Bollywood,
pretending to
sir.
be asleep. You think I want to tell you all this, right? So
Why are we asleep?
if a film makes $30
Why are
million
we asleep,
in
sir?
China,
Why are we asleep?
if a film makes $30 million in China, which is 15% of 200 million, then $30 million is how much crores? Tell me. Tell me. Around 200 crores, 200 plus crores. यानी कि पिक्चर इंडिया में उतनी बिजनेस करती है जितने चाइना में करती है. मुनाफा चाइना में ज्यादा होता है इंडिया से. क्यों? क्यों? Why? What? More.
Yes.
Why is there so much? I have three
Because
questions
it's
to Bollywood.
subtitled and dubbed in. It's subtitled and dubbed.
Oh, तो वहाँ पे suddenly people
It's
love
subtitled
Bollywood.
and dubbed in Chinese. The Hindi
very
version
good,
doesn't
very
release
good,
there.
Very good. So suddenly China
There
में
must
people
be,
love
Arnab.
Bollywood.
There must be.
Must be.
There must be.
How come suddenly?
Only
Just at the time,
15%
just at
or
the same
10%
time,
of Bollywood
just
films
at
are
the
allowed
time
to
when
release
China
there
is our
as a
biggest
quota
enemy,
system.
when China is supporting Maoists, drug peddlers, suddenly Bollywood is very, doing great business with China. Why? कोई मीर जाफर गद्दार वाला एंगल तो नहीं है ना?
No, from 4 to 5 years it has started.
How did it start? उसके पहले लोग हिंदी नहीं देखते थे. अभी आजकल सब लोग बीजिंग में हिंदी पिक्चर देखते हैं.
5 years back, film
कैसे
board
हुआ?
of China.
वही तो संदेश पद है. How come?
Sir, 5 years back, the film
Karan
board.
is on the debate. Karan is on the debate. Karan.
Just the way
I want to ask you a question.
I have to tell you,
English films
I
in
have
India.
to tell you that your journalism, your brand of journalism has ushered in a cultural revolution of sorts right now. We are staring at a cultural revolution, and whoever, casts aspersions on that, damn with them, kudos to you and more power to you on that. Number one. Number two, I just want to set this in perspective. I mean, look at the people who are involved here. Deepika Padukone, right? She goes out to JNU, goes out to the Tukde Tukde gang. She doesn't have the time to, even comment justice for Sushant, but she goes out to JNU. You look at Anurag Kashyap, another individual. He doesn't even stand in support of his brother, Abhinav Kashyap, who claims to be a victim of this lobby.
These are very serious charges.
Yes. Shazia ma'am, I'll just complete. And he's the first one to go out to join people for the anti-CAA protests. Can you imagine that? He doesn't stand for his brother, but he goes out there. Mr. Amir Khan, he's the one who's, brought in this Chinese revolution of sorts. He doesn't even as a, as a complimentary thing, as a consolatory thing, he doesn't even tweet about Sushant, and he's worked with Sushant in PK, and he's chilling in Turkey right now, and he makes Satyamev Jayate, he makes, God knows, he knows it all about every issue, but he doesn't even say a word about this drug menace. Can you imagine?
True.
So we are
this silence
people here.
is deafening.
No, I am not. Nobody is making allegations. People are making
having a different dissenting voice. No. It amounts to
DK,
that.
and then I'd like Umakant Mishra also to come in, please.
Go into the narcotics.
Yeah, go on. DK,
First of all, I will like to.
She went to JNU.
DK,
I will like to congratulate you.
No need to. People congratulate me. You don't have to.
Arnab, we need to see the angles of narco terror.
No. I will like to congratulate.
I'd like Umakant Mishra with DK. Yeah, what are you saying?
This drug is not in our country since last 1.5 year or 2 year or 2017. It all started in 1970s. There is a great autobiographical movie of one of the stars. He has confessed in that movie that he has been a drug abuser. In that movie also he has said that he has used the drug, and that whole incident pertains to 90s. No such people were outcasted. In Bollywood, it is an open secret. I will remind you one case in 2001 in Delhi. One case started. It is known as the very famous cases. All these page 3 and top of the industrialists. And all those Khan Sahabs were accused in those cases. That case is known as Nakibullah case. When it came into fore, top of the industrialist, I cannot name on the media, but if you Google it, Nakibullah case, You can find each and every top.
I have a news update coming in from Shweta Tripathi in Goa. Shweta Tripathi is outside the resort where Deepika is. Shweta, quickly give us a live update. Deepika बात कर रही है लोगों से, मीडिया से मिली है, कोई स्टेटमेंट आने वाला है? श्वेता,
हिंदी के लिए, इंग्लिश के लिए नहीं।
श्वेता, कैन यू हियर मी? मुझे आप, श्वेता, मैं अर्नब बोल रहा हूं, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको? मैं आपसे पूछ रहा था कि दीपिका से कोई स्टेटमेंट है, रिजॉर्ट से बाहर आई हैं, लोगों से बात की है? श्वेता, okay, we've not got the audio link here. I was just getting an update from Shweta Tripathi. I'm going to line her up very, very soon. DK, that was an extremely weak argument that you were making. Umakant Mishra of the Narcotics Control Bureau, former AD, will respond to you. Mr. Mishra, they are trying to downplay it. They are trying to downplay it.
Yeah. And which government was there? They made an amendment into
Umakant Mishra, please, 2 versus 2. Let's get into the debate. Umakant Mishra.
Act to the user, consumer, and all those things. So
Arnab, NCB has got into tempo. I will make an interesting, one or two interesting observations
colleges
here.
everywhere.
NCB
drug is like anything
DK Rai, DK Rai, drugs may be part of your lifestyle. It's not for the people of India. Be quiet.
Consuming activity.
No, it has taken over each and every part of the country. Why don't outcast only these 10 people, 20 people? Let us clean up the whole issue. NCB
1 second, Umakant Mishra.
You see, there has to be a start.
Umakant Mishra.
Arnab, you have heard me say that Bollywood is undergoing baptism by fire. So the fire has been lit by NCB. I will make 2 interesting observations here. The involvement of the talent management company and of course the coming to the fore of female actors only so far. It is very interesting because what I find here is a parallel, like in our investigation we used to find all these drug traffickers used to sell ice creams by adding opium so that their sale will be more. Here I think what is happening with this talent management company are that they are cultivating this and to get those actors in their grip because they are getting some kind of a percentage. You see, that is how they increase their business. The second interesting observation is, so far NCB has got hold of only women actors. Where are the male actors? Because the Kwan Talent Management Company, if it is the hub of the activity, there are a lot of celebrities, male actors and everybody who has to be accounted for. So, my guess is that NCB is sitting on the top of a pile of information and slowly everything will come to the fore. So, this is a time where such activity has to be fought from every front.
Yeah.
Everybody should support you. Nobody should go against the drugs. That is my view.
Absolutely.
Let's not politicize it.
No, as far I have Shweta with me now. Shweta, what's the update from Goa? Goa से a live update क्या है? दीपिका क्या statement देने वाली है?
अर्नब, इंतजार हम इसी बात का कर रहे हैं कि क्या दीपिका पादुकोण स्टेटमेंट देंगी। जरा मैं आपको एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें दिखाती हूँ। यही है दीपिका यहीं पर रुकी हुई है। ये गेट बंद है। हम इंतजार कर रहे हैं कि अगर दीपिका रात में भी मुंबई के लिए निकलने की कोशिश करती है, अर्ली मॉर्निंग निकलने की कोशिश करती है, तो हम उनसे सीधे सवाल करेंगे कि ये बताइए उस चैट को लेकर आप क्या कहेंगी। एनसीबी का समन होने जा रहा है, अब क्या करेंगी। लेकिन एक आपको लेटेस्ट अपडेट में बताती हूँ, 2 दिनों से दीपिका पादुकोण ने कोई भी शूटिंग नहीं की है। यानी वो कितनी डरी हुई है, इस बात से हम साफ तौर पर समझ सकते हैं। वो बाहर नहीं निकल रही है। वो शायद हो सकता है कि अपने लॉयर से बात कर रही हूं, वो शायद हो सकता है आगे क्या कुछ किया जाए इसके लिए बात कर रही हूं। लेकिन फिलहाल लेटेस्ट हैपनिंग यही है कि दीपिका पादुकोण कहीं भी आ जा नहीं रही है, किसी से भी बातचीत नहीं कर रही है, किसी से भी मिल नहीं रही है। और ये वो विजुअल्स हैं जो मैं आपको दिखा रही हूं कि आज दिन में हम यहां पर मौजूद थे, लेकिन दीपिका पादुकोण एक बार भी बाहर नहीं निकली। और इसीलिए ये दिखाता है कि दीपिका पादुकोण समझ चुकी है कि जो एनसीबी का शिकंजा है वो बहुत बड़ा है और इससे बाहर आना बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि जवाब देना पड़ेगा। और जब भी आप जांच एजेंसी के सामने होते हैं तो आपके पास सिर्फ 2 ऑप्शन होते हैं। हैं। या तो आप मान लीजिए कि आपने गलती की है, और या फिर अगर आप ये कहते हैं कि गलती नहीं की है तो आपको एविडेंस देने पड़ेंगे, यानी खुद को प्रूव करने के लिए दीपिका पादुकोण को एविडेंस देने पड़ेंगे कि वो सही है। और अगर ऐसा नहीं होता है तो फिर ये मानना पड़ेगा कि ड्रग चैट है, वो ड्रग्स कहां से ली गई, कैसे ली गई, क्या विदेशों में भी इनका इस्तेमाल हुआ, ये वो तमाम चीजें हैं जिसका जवाब देना होगा दीपिका पादुकोण को।
Absolutely. The case is becoming extremely serious and Deepika Padukone has no option. I want to tell you one thing about Kwan, and I want Shailendra Singh, who's joining me today. He's now a filmmaker. We know Shailendra, he is a former managing director of Percept. He knows this industry through and through. Now, Shailendra, you tell me the truth as you know it, and don't try and edit out facts. There is this company Kwan right now. Who runs Kwan? Salman Khan issued a statement today, I don't own Kwan. There were reports earlier. There are also already reports, many reports said that Salman Khan is the owner of Kwan. But today Salman Khan put out a statement saying, no, I'm not the owner of Kwan. So who the real owners are will have to be a matter of investigation. Now, drug peddling is being promoted by a top talent management agency. It is not a talent management agency, it is a drug peddling agency. This agency has all the top Bollywood names as its clients. All top Bollywood stars, Deepika Padukone, everyone, onwards, right? It is not an agency. If you look at what is coming out in the news, Malini, Shazia, it is a drug operation. It is not an agency, it is an entire drug operation of Bollywood. So whoever is controlling Kwan is the drug king of Bollywood, or drug queen of Bollywood, whoever that is. And why is it that a company which is a drug operation represents all the big stars? कोई और कंपनी नहीं है क्या शैलेंद्र सिंह? एक ही कंपनी में सारे चिट्टे बिट्टे हैं एक साथ. क्यों? पूरे इंडस्ट्री में एक कंपनी है, वो ड्रग ऑपरेशन है, उसी कंपनी के साथ सारे जितने बॉलीवुड के स्टार्स हैं उनके लिंक है. क्यों? Why? ये जया साहा क्यों? कैसे? मधु मंटेना क्यों? कैसे? So you tell me, Shailendra, what is the truth? From Me Too allegations to drug connections, everything is linked to Kwan. ये क्या है Kwan? As I said in India, on our Hindi channel Republic Bharat, Kwan का मालिक कौन? Shailendra, what do you know?
So, Arnab, जैसे आपने सही कहा कि there was a front man of Kwan called Anirban. If you think on your own channel, you exposed him in the hashtag MeToo movement, and then he went underground. He also tried to commit suicide and all that. So he was the front man of Kwan at that point in time. But Arnab, I think sticking to the topic of tonight.
No, who runs it? Who runs this company?
So currently,
who owns this company now?
Currently. Arnab, you have already put out the structure. I mean, Salman is one of the prominent directors.
But Salman has denied it.
Shareholders of the company.
Salman has denied it. Salman, through his lawyer, has denied it and says, I have nothing to do with Kwan. I'll read out the statement.
Arnab, what Republic's investigative journalism division has done is actually lit the fire. I mean, across the country. Of course, Bollywood is in the dock today because and why not so? If there's enough evidence to prove that Bollywood has got the muck and the dirt all over it of drugs, it should be put in the dock. But having said that, Bollywood is also the face of 1.3 billion people.
No, it's not. It's not. No, I think we'll have to put our foot down, Malini.
No.
It's not. Who gave them the right to say they are the face of... I'm absolutely... They are not. How can you say they represent 130 crore people when they're a drug cartel?
No, what I'm trying to say is just like politics and sport, whether it's cricket or sports or Bollywood,
I want to make a very small point.
Society. Just one second, let me finish my point here. Let me finish my point. I truly believe that everybody who's guilty should be brought to task, and this has to be cleaned up. There is no compromise because the entire next generation, which is 600 million below the age of 25, look up to these star icons, and they cannot not be investigated. So first of all, hats off to you and your team, Arnab, and I promise to that.
No, you are not telling me anything, Shailendra. You are being cagey. You're not saying anything, and I'm telling you to say something. So just breathe a little bit. You may be thinking your Bollywood friends are watching my program. They are.
No,
They are.
No,
Are you in the... No.
When it comes
They
about
are.
nation, it comes about the future of the country.
Yeah, if you care about...
nothing matters to me. Or no.
One
What
second,
matters is
I'm
the
not...
country,
I
and
don't
care
want to
about the
embarrass
kingdom.
you, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth about Bollywood is they idolize terrorists. They make movies in which terrorists are made to look like heroes. They idolize the underworld. They make the underworld look like stars. They idolize the drug ring. When somebody is caught for drugs, they are quiet. They do a lot of business with Pakistan. They are pro-Shaheen Bagh. They are pro-Naxal.
Yeah.
They are pro-Tukre gang. And of late, in the last 3 or 4 years, they are making, Malini, a huge amount of money from China suddenly. Suddenly, Malini, a lot of money is being made from China. Why?
Arnab, I'm very glad you brought this up, because I think everybody has been wondering what business are they doing in China. And I want to really understand, and I'm really confused to see so many people trying to normalize the whole issue of drug addiction. Consuming drugs or any narcotic substance is a crime in India, and period. And nobody is above law. But Bollywood somehow, over last few decades, I think, or maybe 10 years, there has been a tendency in Bollywood where we have seen our stars and the whole power system considering themselves above law. I'm so happy that now they are being they're being questioned, and this link, the managers acting as drug peddlers. I mean, that it is a talent hunt. I don't understand their talent managers. They become drug managers.
So let's try and get Shailendra to talk once again. Shailendra sworn to speaking the truth on my program. I want you on the debate with Shazia. Shazia, it is Shailendra's responsibility to tell us how did what is emerging is that Quan is a company which is the hub of the Bollywood drug nexus. Tell me, have drugs been normalized? Are drugs being passed around to increase the business potential of the event business? Let me ask you clearly, Shailendra, the event business. The event business, music festivals, 1 minute. They say, 1 minute, Shailendra, listen to me now. You know me, I talk straight. They say, like when you go to watch a movie, the cost of the ticket is only your entry point. But those who own the theater make money with the overpriced popcorn, overpriced colas, and every food item you buy, which is 4 times the cost of the ticket. Similarly, I have heard, Shazia, that in the entertainment business now, the cost of entry to a music concert is only the entry. The real business happens is of narcotics, where young people are brought in, music is played, narcotics is peddled, large cuts are made, generations of college students, school students are forever made addicts in this country, and Bollywood knows everything about this. Therefore, Quan, I feel, Quan is the center of the drug trade. We'll have to find out who the owner is. And that owner must be jailed for life.
No, Shailendra did take names. Shailendra, I wish you were more forthcoming where Quan is concerned. But I would also like to say that, it's just not about hash anymore. If you read up and know what goes on in the rave parties, so to speak, these are the new psychoactive substances, psychotropic substances. These are chemical substances. They have nothing, it's like crystal meth and more, which we would never know about. We don't even know how they're used. But they're totally, breaking down a generation. So it has to be stopped. It is an epidemic. And if indeed the talent managers are becoming drug peddlers and are drug peddlers and are in this business and they're talking and going back and forth, asking for drugs and mal hai ki nahi hai, like we ask about groceries and whether you have a charger at home and can I borrow it. I mean, this is insane. So drugs are, whether they were an old normal or a new normal, we are saying no to drugs of all kinds.
But why are we not, that is what we are why saying. Are we not, we have to find out. There is a person called Nikhil Dwivedi who has a link to Quan. I want to know who are the people who have any commercial relationship with Nikhil Dwivedi, A. B, is there any Bollywood star who has a commercial I'm not saying filial relationship with Nikhil Dwivedi. And there is some company called Uniworld something I'm told. What is this Uniworld, and as per the MCA website, who are the designated partners of Nikhil Dwivedi in this Uniworld company, and what is the link between the Uniworld company and Kwan? And did the Uniworld company take over Kwan around the time that this fellow Anirban Das Blah tried to commit suicide when there was a takeover and Me Too allegations against him? We will have to investigate these matters. You know, you can't, no, the other thing is, please tell me, Shailendra, how come Bollywood is making so much money in China?
Okay, Arnab, listen.
How does everyone hate Mandarin films and love particular Bollywood films now?
I think, Arnab, you hit the nail on the head.
I only hit nails on the head. But the nails then go hiding. You tell me, why is Bollywood making so much money in China?
So
China is not India's friend.
All I can say, yes, I just want to answer.
No, and they speak the same anti-national line. No. These stars take the same pro-Shaheen Bagh, pro-Naxal, pro-Pakistan, pro-China line.
Arnab, we also need to ask, why do they take particular positions which are anti-India?
Arnab,
absolutely.
Arnab, I have to agree.
Yes,
Arnab, I have to agree with one
please
point of
ask,
view.
there is a lobby at work. There is a lobby at work.
Ishkaran.
Arnab, why do they always come out of the hiding when they're
One second. Two questions we need to ask. One, why do they make money in China, disproportionate amounts of money in China, and then they believe it's intolerance in India? And why are positions, anti-India positions taken while Shaheen Bagh protests are raging? Why do you go to JNU? What is the reason? What is the link that you felt the need to JNU? Is it your talent agency deciding you will go to JNU? Is it people who provide you marks? They decide you will go to JNU?
Shailendra, speak up.
Own choice to go to JNU.
Shailendra, speak up.
To take these positions.
Shailendra, speak up for God's sake.
You can keep picking up Shaheen Bagh, you can keep picking up China. There is an issue of power here. The Bollywood celebrities have so much power that they therefore demand the lifestyle that they want. And in turn, whether it's a talent agency or an event agency or a producer, land up
So Shailendra, you say that they have power. My response to that is, Ananya will debate with you. Shailendra, you say they have power. The power stems from what? People watching them. Now people will boycott them. What will their power?
It's the power of popularity.
So popularity will disappear, it will evaporate now. Nobody likes.
Their fans have.
Agreed.
What are they doing with their power? I want to ask you a question. What are they doing with that power?
Okay.
They are silent on issues they really need to
Viewers,
talk about.
they have been in silence on a lot of things. This debate is continuing with the other side. When I come out at 10 o'clock, I look at the politics of it. And my question is today, viewers, and it's not funny. According to these people, drugs is secular, making money from China is secular, doing business with Pakistan is secular, being pro-Shaheen Bagh is secular, being pro-Naxal is secular, supporting narco-terrorism is secular, glamorizing terrorists and the underworld is secular, ladies and gentlemen. According to these people, the dirt that is happening at Kwan is also secular. See you on the other side of the political debate.